Hello travelers and welcome back. This week's video is kind of a simpler one, but I'm hoping that it brings you a lot of inspiration. This video is all about decorating the new conservatory building. This new building has a lot of possibilities depending on how far you're willing to stretch your imagination and how much you like decorating. Now, I don't have a lot of examples to show you, but I do have a lot of ideas, and I was able to put 3 of them together to showcase them and maybe help you figure out what you want to do with your new building. First is a basic greenhouse. This is kind of what the building was designed to be in the first place, but you can go one of 2 ways with this. You can make it overgrown, maybe a little bit magical and whimsical, or you can make it functional. You can put your jamming machines in here, maybe even turn it into a kind of greenhouse workshop. There's lots of different ways that you can combine these 2 themes. So if you just let your imagination run a little bit wild, you can really come up with some cool stuff. And don't let the building's color stop you from using your usual favorites. You can take the windows away and then make the entire wall a brown if you like neutrals, a pink if you want to bring in the pinks and the purples. You're not restricted just because the building is green. Here I've shown kind of a combination of overgrown greenhouse with a little bit of functionality. I wanted a very whimsical feel, but still workable. And mind you, this is just the corner of the greenhouse, so you could take this theme throughout the entire greenhouse or make one corner one theme, another corner another, and go from there. The next build that I made was inspired by a gentleman's club. Good booze, good cigars, and decent music playing where you could just hang out with your friends. Now, it could have also just been a clubhouse. It didn't necessarily need to be a gentleman's club, but that was my inspiration for this, and I want to point it out. The goal with this is to showcase that you don't have to have your conservatory be related to plants or gardening. You can make it any room you want. It can be a clubhouse to hang out with your friends. It could be your living room, but outdoors. It could be a library. It would make a beautiful library. So don't feel like you have to stay within the plant and garden family when working with your conservatory. Speaking of not having to always just make it about plants, my conservatory, which I am very proud of, I actually turned into a bathhouse. This is by far the build that took me the longest time, and I think I really plugged into my creative brain on this one. Mainly because of all the different glitches I had to use to make it fit, which ended up only needing to use 2 different types of glitches to make this function, and you can find them on my channel. I have videos and I'll put them in the iCards above. But the one piece in this build that I was most proud of wasn't even a glitch. Below the faux water, which if you're wondering, it is the Capital Chic dining table in the color Shore, I have placed steaming food, specifically to make it look like the water in the bathhouse is warm and it is being hit with the chill air of a nice, chill summer or spring day, and you are about to take the most relaxing dip of your life. I am so beyond obsessed and absolutely proud of this build. I was so excited to showcase it for all of you and hope to inspire you to think a little bit outside the box. And then moving a little bit back into the box, so to speak, is my lunar fairy moth inspired witchy wonderland. I wanted specifically to have a build that should be viewed at night to utilize that cool lighting and bright moonlight coming in through the ceiling glass. I focused a lot on blues and greens, emphasizing the colors of the building that are already existing rather than put a new wallpaper up. I also wanted to showcase the new tile that you can get through the home tour feature. It's my favorite flooring in the game. I am absolutely obsessed with it. I highly recommend you try using it in your own builds. This build also doesn't use a lot of hacks or glitches to make it work, and I find that it's important to showcase builds that are both heavy in decor glitching and also light in decor glitching because not everybody can do that, whether it be platform or just physical ability. So I hope that I've showcased enough different options that you've been able to find some inspiration. And if you can do a little bit of glitching, you'll notice that I have a lunar fairy moth in the top corner inside, and I've also added an adorable little story piece outside. If you walk around to the back of this conservatory, you'll notice an adorable pal cat riding on his lunar fairy moth friend, trying to sneak a peek and just find out what this witch is up to. And I absolutely love this feature. I thought it was really clever, and it does require a floating hack, which unfortunately you cannot do on the Switch. But I'm sure that you could put them on a little stool if you wanted to mimic something like this and create your own little story. A couple other ideas that I've thought of but haven't been able to actually decorate include also making this into a barn for your Cernux, making it into a blacksmith shop by taking out the side windows, turning it into a rundown pirate's sanctuary, and if you are an animal lover, maybe making this entire conservatory dedicated to your pet in game. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope the video inspired you. If it did, or you simply just enjoyed watching, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you feel like it, but most importantly, have a very magical day.